Live, this is Wink News Campaign Central.
Tonight is the first of 3 presidential debates. Both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, according to the polls, are viewed negatively by a large number of Americans. But interest is intense. Both campaigns expect, in fact, there to be a record-breaking audience.
We need to hear from these 2 candidates, and I hope and trust that the moderators will just facilitate that.
You're going to see him have to get into specifics, and Hillary too, right? Fair is fair. You got to hold them to an even standard. But we're going to see who can answer the specific questions.
So Wink News political expert Bart Rossi, Dr. Bart Rossi here in the studio. We'll preview what to expect tonight. Good morning.
Nice to be here. Super
Bowl-size audience. A lot of people may tune in for this. This is a pivotal moment in the campaign, isn't it?
Super Monday, I guess we could call it. And I think it is, because this is going to be probably the biggest event ever on TV. And it probably should be. They're very, very different personalities, so we'll see how they shape up.
You have a big question for both candidates, and it's what bothers them. What bothers Hillary Clinton? What should she be prepared for, and could maybe turn her?
Well, Trump's going to go at her about believability, about lying, about the emails, and she's going to have to defend herself and present herself as somebody who is, in fact, truthful and honest and sincere. That's not an easy task, so that's probably what she's preparing for. And then on the other side, with Donald Trump, I think that the one thing that bothers him more than anything else is the bankruptcies. I don't think he can get his arms around that. He doesn't really know how to handle it. And he looks uncomfortable to me as a psychologist when he has to approach that subject. So I think that Hillary has been practicing bankrupt Donald. You're bankrupt on your ideas, and you're bankrupt in your business. That's where I think this is going, and I do predict some fireworks here. I think it's going to get pretty heated.
I would expect kind of the same, and because Trump has made reference to the fact debates are one sort of with a couple of lines that get remembered,
right,
and which is why his debate prep has been different. What do you make of the way they've approached the debate? Does that impact then their performance, you think?
Well, I think it does. I think that Hillary Clinton has to look fluid and very professional, and know the issues extremely well, and she should. And Donald Trump wants to be himself, and I would suggest that he be himself. He has to be the authoritarian personality. But if he's going to be arrogant and abrasive against a woman who is a former Secretary of State, that's not going to work well. So he has to come in there as a very dominant, authoritarian person, but with substance. He has to come in for the first time with ideas, and real ideas that make a difference. If he's going to get rid of Obamacare, for example, what will the health care program look like? How will he integrate mental health? How's that going to work? He can't just say, well, I'm going to get some nice advisors around me. That doesn't work.
And I think there are voters probably looking for Trump to appear presidential, so he's got to walk a fine line here. He can't but just be the bombastic candidate. He's got to look the part.
Exactly. He has to look presidential and still be a dominant, authoritarian, difficult guy. Not an easy walk for him. But it's going to be interesting because, remember, it's one-on-one, and he's been very good at marketing himself and deflecting and pushing off against, well, 16 other folks during the primary season. He's very good at that. But one-on-one, it's going to be a little bit different.
And I've seen some analysts suggest that Hillary Clinton needs to avoid being sort of robotic, a policy wonk, that she needs to come across as human in a sense and, you know, available.
That's true, because the winner of a debate could be someone who really doesn't win it on points. It could be the person who looks more dynamic. So she has to look as dynamic and as professional as possible, and not really like a robot.
All right, real quick, let me ask you this question. Tomorrow morning, did it live up to the hype, or did it fall short of the expectations?
I think it's going to live up to the hype, because I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks. I think they're going to go at each other, and it's going to get heated, very heated.
I know we'll be talking about it afterwards. Dr. Rossi, thanks. Wink News this morning. We'll be right back. Stay with us.